The series of the Battle of Pavia is one of the most important series of tapestries in the world.
This is, in a sense, a kind of a huge comic strip that tells the story of this major historical event.
During the Renaissance, tapestry was really the art form of kings. It was huge in scale. It had great impact in terms of the stories it could tell to a large audience, and it was very, very expensive.
Tapestries had a domestic use. They were like the frescoes of the North, and progressively they became an object of luxury.
The set of the Battle of Pavia Tapestries celebrates a great victory for Charles V, the Holy Roman Emperor. The tapestries were completed by March 1531, when they were gifted to Charles by the States General to celebrate his visit to Brussels. But because of the great exactitude of the events they portray, it's clear that these tapestries must have been developed in very close association with Charles and his court and the people who directly took part in the Battle of Pavia.
We know that Charles V used the tapestries for a while, but he didn't keep it as his own propaganda. Then it passed to the family d'Avalos.
I D'Avalos facevano parte di una delle famiglie più importanti del Regno di Napoli fin dal XIV secolo. La famiglia proviene dalla Spagna e arriva in Italia assieme ad Alfonso V d'Aragona, che sale al trono di Napoli nel 1442. L'ultimo erede del ramo d'Avalos, Alfonso V, lascia una collezione magnifica al nascente Stato italiano. Oltre all'intero nucleo degli arazzi, lui dona la sua quadreria, tra cui nature morte, scene mitologiche e, anche se il palazzo è stato costruito da Carlo III di Borbone proprio per la collezione farnese, e i quadri arrivano nel 1957, quando viene inaugurato il Museo di Capodimonte.
This shows a landscape of Pavia in the most extraordinary detail. You see the buildings, the churches, the towers rising up above the city walls.
Bernard van Orley is the Brussels artist who designed the Battle of Pavia Tapestries. His style of design evolved very dramatically because he was looking at new work by Italian artists, especially by Raphael. The process of tapestry production is complex. There were probably thousands of people involved in tapestry production in Brussels. And one of the most important workshops that emerges was that of Willem and Jan de Moyen, who made the Battle of Pavia Tapestries for the court of Charles V, but they also made tapestries for many other nobles of the time. So you can see very clearly that between one of Bernard van Orley's drawings that is now at the Louvre and the finished tapestry, the tapestry has so much more detail in terms of the costumes, in terms of the facial expressions, and also the landscape details. It's a reminder of what a huge process the design of these tapestries was.
Oggi il mio lavoro è stato quello di fare una pulitura fisica d'aria per rimuovere tutto lo sporco che si è depositato sulla superficie.
Il restauro deve essere improntato secondo un criterio di minimo intervento è l'opera che comanda, è l'opera che ci dice quando vuole essere restaurata, come deve essere restaurata. Sono 7 arazzi, ciascun arazzo misura circa 9x5, quindi ci si può immaginare i metri quadrati che ne vengano fuori di pulitura. Poi si è intervenuta con ago e filo laddove fosse necessario recuperare o mettere in sicurezza delle lacerazioni.
L'altra cosa invece che è stata fatta è la riapplicazione delle bordure che erano state dipinte nel 1907. Questo è importante perché dà di nuovo una completezza alla serie. Ti senti completamente immerso in questi arazzi. Tutte le volte che guardo riscopro tutti i particolari e la bellezza dal punto di vista della tessitura, dei materiali utilizzati, sono veramente incredibili.
Tapestries are initially challenging to look at. It needs patience. They don't work in the mindset of social media. You have to kind of give yourself to the tapestry. Who are the main figures? What are they doing? Look at their expressions. Look at what they're wearing. Look at what's going on around them.
And here we have another scene where the anti-heroes are shown. It's not photography, it's not the reality. And it's also the depiction of an event, of course, seen from the winner side.
Questi arazzi sono dei capolavori, diciamo che sono come una sorta di cappella sistina della razzeria.
This really was the cinema of the day.